Hello and welcome to thedrinker.co.uk. I'm Pete Turner, and in this series of films we're looking at the wines that are available in the UK in the summer going into the autumn of 2021. And in this film we're looking at the range that's available at Waitrose. Waitrose do a great range of wine. People think that because they're a sort of a higher class supermarket that their wines are all going to be way expensive, but they do a terrific range of wines right across the price points, and particularly in the sub £10 range. Now all of the wines in all of these films are priced no more than £10. So in this film we're looking at 2 reds, 2 whites, a rosé and a fizz, and we're starting off excuse me, with Waitrose. This is their Blueprint Pinot Noir. They do a little Blueprint series. The Cava is from the Blueprint series. They're really good across the range, really well priced. Show great typicity, particularly of grape varieties. So this one comes from Romania. Now, the terrific culture and heritage of growing grapes and making wine in Romania. People used to think it was a bit of a cheap and cheerful, bit of a throwaway, but the quality in Romania has improved immeasurably in the last 15 years. Do not discount Romania. So this is a Pinot Noir, and it's pale, as we'd expect. Thin skin grape variety Pinot Noir. And on the nose, it's got a lovely sort of forward raspberry, red currant, lighter fruit. There is a little bit of maybe blueberry in there. And a little touch of wood smoke. So I kind of think this would work really well as a little barbecue wine. It's $5.99 a bottle, so that's actually really affordable. And yeah, it's got structure, it's got some really lovely fruit, and that little smoky note, that really comes through too. There's a touch of tannin, but not sort of that's intrusive. So it's the kind of wine you could drink on its own, but also it would work really well with the fruit and the acidity content with a barbecue. So a really lovely wine at $5.99. Pretty blooming good value there. Okay, so next off to Australia. This is Summer Road Old Vine Grenache. And again, it's similar in that it's quite a pale wine. This comes in at $8.49 a bottle. It's 14.5% alcohol, so a little bit of a step up from the Pinot Noir, which I think was about 13.5. And already on the nose, it's quite intense and damson and blackcurrant, and there's a little bit of spicy vanilla-y oak there, some cinnamon maybe. Yeah, there's a lot to it. It's a really exciting wine. Yeah, and on the palate, that fruit is really ripe, and there's just a hint of sweetness to it. Think sort of summer pudding with really ripe, intense fruit, but a lovely little bit of background sweetness and some really good high acidity. A lovely wine, $8.49 a bottle. Again, another prime barbecue example. You know, the bigness, the boldness of the flavours wouldn't lose out in a battle against, you know, burnt ribs. So good work there. Excellent. So next up, this is Stemari Griot from Sicily. It's $8.99 a bottle, and Griot, or Grillo, as the golf commentators like to pronounce it, is a brilliant sort of native variety to Sicily. Sicily really is the exciting place when it comes to Italian wine at the moment. And it's got lovely sort of fresh, like, I'm thinking like Amalfi lemons to it. Beautiful sort of, yeah, vibrant grassy fruit. And again, it's refreshing. There's some lovely high acidity. The lemon carries on all the way through, but becomes sort of more like a tropical fruit salad almost. A lovely wine at $8.99 a bottle. Really super wine. Again, lovely patio wine for the summertime. Lovely stuff. This one I have mixed feelings about. It's Vermentino. It comes from Australia. And I have mixed feelings about it because I really don't like the bottle very much. I think it's this sort of bluey glass, and the label doesn't really do it for me. But there you go, $7.99. Don't judge a book by the cover, because it's all about the wine in the bottle. And it's got some lovely sort of floral white flowers and peach blossom to it. Yeah, really ripe grapes, you get the sense here from Australia. Beautifully, yeah, beautifully, almost aromatic, almost perfumed. And again, fresh and zippy and open. Sort of slightly less intense than the Griot, but it is bursting with yeah, lime and lemon and a little bit of tropical fruit in there. Super wine at £7.99. Really good little house white wine there, if you can put up with the colour of the bottle. So there we go. So we are now off to Solento in Italy. This is a Primitivo Rosato. Primitivo quite often makes really quite intense red wines. So seeing it as a pink would ordinarily put the fear of God into me, but actually I've tasted it, it's really good. So Solento is in the heel of Italy, and it's a £8.99 rosé. Again, lovely, beautiful colour, like a Provence rosé. And there's some lovely crushed red currant about the nose. It's very subtle. It's pulling you in though. There's some lovely sort of slightly sort of talky notes to it. And it's really subtle and refreshing and elegant. It's not what I would associate with Primitivo at all, which are sometimes quite brutish red wines. That really does the trick. £8.99, bit of the high end for rosés that I would recommend, but I think it's worth every penny because it's got plenty about it. There's some character to it. It's really well made. It's refreshing. It's light. It's pretty. It's kind of what you want a rosé to be. And last up, then we have, this is a Blueprint wine again, Waitrose Blueprint Cava. If, like me, during the late 90s and early 2000s, you drank a lot of Cava and noticed the quality of it dip as the popularity of Prosecco came along, I'm here to tell you that Cava is back. The quality of Cava has improved no end. Production amounts have reduced, and it's just they pay a little bit more attention to it now. It's £5.99 a bottle. It's a beautiful looking wine, and it's already on the noses. There's biscuitiness and grass and green apple. And the bubbles aren't aggressive, and the acidity isn't aggressive, and the fruit is still there in the mouth, and as is the biscuitiness. £5.99 for a really good quality fizz. I think Waitrose have really hit the nail on the head with that one. So there you go. These are my 6 picks of wine from Waitrose for the summer and autumn of 2020 going into 2021. Get down to Waitrose. They quite often have that 25% off when you buy 6, so you can pick up some real bargains, particularly at the top end. Lovely wines. They've done a great job there. So give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow on Twitter @DrinkerSite. Drink carefully and safely this summer, and have a very, very good one. Cheers now.